Hey everybody, Justin Cena here. I'm back with another super valuable video that's going to help you make money on your Shopify store. And today I'm talking about how to create an incredible first impression. And I'm going to tell you why first impressions are so important for your Shopify store, really for any e-commerce business at all. And we're going to jump into it right now. I want to go over what first impression means to a Shopify store and why it means everything if you're a store owner. So let's jump right into it. So you only have one opportunity to deliver an amazing first impression to your customer. You only get one chance at this. So you need to make sure that your site is looking good from the start. I'm going to go over some of the different factors that play into first impression, but just understand that you want, or your goal is to always create an amazing first impression to your customer. And why does first impression matter so much? Well, I guarantee you care about all these different metrics and stats. For example, trust, right? First impression highly contributes to trust. You have a good first impression, you instantly have high trust. You have a bad first impression, you instantly have low trust. It affects your conversion rate, which dramatically affects how much money you make. Better first impression, you're going to have a higher conversion rate. Worse first impression, you're going to have a lower conversion rate. Same thing with average order value. Right? Are people going to buy multiple products from you? Are they going to have a higher average order value, which puts more money in your pocket? A strong first impression, strong trust, that's going to lead to an increased average order value. How about bounce rate? Right? What is the percentage of people that just straight up leave your site without doing anything else? You want a lower bounce rate, and good first impression means people are going to stay on your site. They're going to actually investigate and see and look at your products and consider buying because that's strong first impression. Okay, and these are all metrics that are influenced by your first impression and directly have to do with how much money you make. Take trust, for example, right? You have low trust, your customers are never going to take their credit card out, right? The first thing that your customer sees is an ugly logo and a weird color scheme, forget about it, right? It's not happening. Your customer sees blurry product photos with Chinese language on it from AliExpress, forget about it, right? You're not going to sell those. Right, that's what kills your first impression. And remember, the overall feeling of your brand, how people view your brand in their mind, right? This is determined within 2 seconds of landing on your store. And of course, this is subconscious, and that's what first impression is all about, making those subconscious cues to tell the customer, hey, you're in a store that you could feel comfortable in. And that feeling, that decision happens in a customer's brain within 2 seconds of landing on your store. First impression means everything. Right? And it happens very quickly. So it's truly something that you need to pay attention to. And these are going to be the different factors that influence first impression. Okay, and logo and domain name absolutely influences first impression, right? When people land on your site, the first thing they're going to see is the name of your store, the logo, right? Or the domain name. Or you have some weird, untrustworthy domain name with hyphens in between it, or weird, hard to spell words. That decreases the first impression, and therefore, like I taught, it decreases your trust, decreases your conversion rate, decreases your average order value, increases your bounce rate, all of these stats that we don't want to see. Okay, same thing with color scheme. Right? Let's say you're in the tennis niche, and for some reason your color scheme is neon pink and purple. Right? It doesn't make sense. Right? You want to pick a color scheme that makes sense for your niche. If you go to a tennis store, you're expecting greens and yellows and whites. Those are going to be the colors that you expect in your niche. In some niches, there is certainly a right and wrong answer for color scheme. Okay, product photos, super important, right? You have blurry product photos, you have small product photos, you have product photos you get from AliExpress that have Chinese writing on them, you have product photos that you copy and pasted from Google and they just don't look good, they don't match the feel of your site, they don't look professional, right? Killed the first impression. Right, I see it all the time. I see a great site setup, and then they bring over AliExpress products, and they have Chinese supplier language on them. They have notes on them written in other languages. That's not going to work for your product photos. Product photos dictate when people are going to buy your product. You need to spend attention and energy and resource. You need to be thoughtful with your product photos. You're not just going to throw up the first photo that's out there. Think about it. People are not touching the product. They're not using the product. They're buying online, and you've known this from day one buying online. Product photos matter a lot. So you want to definitely spend some time to ensure that you have a high first impression with product photos. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. Banners, graphics, right? The actual homepage graphics. We want them to be on point. We want them to be high quality and match our niche, match the people inside our niche. We want to have trust signals. These are things like reviews, payment icons, social media icons, trust badges. And we really want our site to just feel quote unquote normal. Right? I really like talking about this. How normal is your store compared to other traditional trusted stores out there in the marketplace? Right? I don't want you to create a Walmart.com or a Target.com, but do you have cues on your site? Do you have visual portions of your site that resemble a normal store? So people don't have to come to your site and say, I don't get this, right? I don't understand what they're trying to do here, right? That's not quote unquote normal. And being normal in the sense of a look and feel of your site and the functionality of your site is really important, because then you have people feeling comfortable about using your store. So let's talk about 4 powerful ways to create a strong first impression. Number 1, don't be cheap on your logo. Don't go to Fiverr, right? The first thing that people are going to see is your logo. So we want to have a really nice, solid logo. Make sure you get a real, legitimate logo designer to create that logo. Next, you want to pick colors that resonate with your niche. I gave you that tennis example. If you're in a very specific niche that has very defined colors, let's say the cow niche, right? You better be using black, white, and green, right? I mean, there are just typical colors that go with niches, right? Let's say you're in the nurse niche, you're going to be using red, white, and pink. Right? Now, some niches don't have a right and wrong answer. In that case, you just want to create a nice, solid, vibrant, trustworthy color scheme for your niche. But if there is a right and wrong answer for your niche, you absolutely better be picking those right colors. Another big one, only use high quality, high perceived value product images. Okay, this goes back to the idea we're not just going to take the first image from AliExpress. We want to have well thought out product images that look really good. We want our product images to sell, because we're going to use those not only for our ads, but obviously for the product pages. So all of the decision making, whether it comes to clicking on an ad or buying the product, is going to be connected to having a high quality, high perceived value product image. Incredibly important, things that people just literally skip, they don't even think about. And we're going to cover that in a little bit more depth as we go through this video. Another great thing you could do to create a strong first impression, showcase reviews and trust factors on all pages. You have reviews, it's great that you showcase them on one page. But you have a lot of reviews, let's integrate them everywhere. Let's create a reviews page. Let's have a testimonial section on the home page. Let's show product reviews on the actual product page, right? These are going to be things that actually showcase the trust factors that are going to lead to a strong first impression. So a lot of different things that you could do there. I would say ASAP, work on your logo, work on your colors, work on your product imagery. I bet there's a ton that you can do quickly to increase your first impression, really create that very strong first impression, which is going to help you make a lot of money. Now, I want to show you a solution. We're going to go over the shoulder in a second. I'm going to show you the Glorify app. It is really the #1 solution to creating high quality, high perceived value product images. It's incredibly easy to use. I'm going to go over the shoulder right now, and I'm going to show you it and show you why you can make a lot of money with it. So this is the Glorify app, and you see the link directly below this video. I highly recommend you check this out. I use Glorify app myself. It's a really, really powerful tool. And as you see over here, what it says, you're going to be able to create beautiful, high converting, high perceived value images for your e-commerce store. And you're going to be able to do it all through the Glorify app tool. You're not going to need to open up Photoshop or do anything. And you can see over here in the little preview video, it's all a nice drag and drop interface where you could literally add text, add call outs, pick different 3D backgrounds. They have so many different templates in here. And it's a big template system for adding basically depth and engagement to your product photos. Okay, you're not just going to have your boring AliExpress product photo. You're going to be able to take the product, put it on a cool 3D background, add text. That's just a couple of the things that you could do here. And I want to walk you through so many different things. And again, take a look at the ideas that you could generate here. Obviously, all different types of fonts and texts and color combinations, right? But you start off with a template, right? You start off with a template and add your product onto it. So very easy. You don't need to start from scratch in terms of being a graphic artist or anything like that. There's tons of different templates that are out there, and these are all built for your specific product. So let's say you're doing a dropship item, or you have a subscription box, or you're selling a hoodie, or you have your own custom product, right? Anything that you'd sell with Shopify or Amazon or through Facebook ads, right? Because these also look really great for Facebook ads. You're going to be able to build them within just a couple of minutes through this tool. So you pick like I said, you pick a template, you add your product, you brand it with your colors, with your text, with your call to actions, And again, you could do, there's so many different features in here, too many to list all individually, but you're going to be able to make super unique, high perceived value imagery, right? And the big difference is, let's say you're on AliExpress and you take a product image from over here. I'll just click on, really, let's go to, how about cat earrings, for example. Of course, you could just have your basic white background image here. See, it's got, the original brand name on it and all that stuff, right? That is, one option. And then you have Glorify app, right? You have something that looks like this, right? Or you have something that looks like this. I mean, it's night and day comparison. Look at the difference here. I mean, this image or this image, right? Here or here. I mean, it's not even comparable. You're talking about a product that now has a higher perceived value, more trust, stronger first impression. That's what you get when you use the Glorify app. And they say, make your product look pro. Basically, you're getting professional images regardless. And you might be thinking, well, how am I going to get the image off of the white background and the text around? How do I get rid of that? Well, they do that all for you, right? They got the background remover inside the tool. This is not just a template-based tool where you have to copy and paste everything that's already ready to go, right? You can go and take your AliExpress image, take your product image, and you can remove the background, right? You remove the background super easily right through the tool. Again, no technical skill required. It just happens all through the tool. Remove the background, add shadows, add reflections. You see the drop shadow here. You see the reflection shadow over here. These are just different options, different effects that you're able to add to your product imagery when you use the Glorify app. And, this could take any basic product. Let's say, again, your typical AliExpress product. You take it from a boring, general, overused, non-trustworthy image that really does not connect to your brand at all to something that looks like this, right? Or something that looks like this, and fully customized with your branding, with your color scheme, and it really becomes your product, right? And these are going to, like I said, help you increase that first impression, help you increase conversion rate, and help you sell more, basically make more money. And a really cool thing is the annotate tool. You see that these little call-outs are kind of connected. So this is a really great, especially if you have multiple features on your product. You see over here, they're pointing out the button controls, they're pointing out the phone holder, they're pointing out the secure head strap. These annotate tools, literally, they're just another option that you get to put in here. And you see in the video, it's literally just drag and drop. You get to create, shrink, make them bigger, change the color, whatever you want. Make them circles, make them triangles. You have all of the options. Do whatever you want inside of the Glorify app tool. That's why it's so powerful. It's a fully enclosed tool. You could even build your logo with it. Right? They have a fully functional logo maker. So again, this is a multifunctional tool. And you could create your entire brand's logo and brand identity directly through Glorify app. They have resizing, and this is a super valuable feature for everyone who's doing social media, right? You want to use a post for Instagram, but you don't want to use the exact same for a Facebook ad, or maybe for your Pinterest ad, or even just your Pinterest graphic or your Facebook cover. They have multiple media formats that they call resized templates. And as you see here, it's the same idea, right? It's got this leaf, it's got the ladies text, it's got the product imagery, but the templates show up in different sizes using the exact same imagery. So you only need to produce it once, and it's ready to go for multiple platforms. So just going to save you money. Tons and tons of niches, tons and tons of themes. You'll be able to find your product and your niche regardless, right? A lot of popular ones, as you can see, are on here. Fashion and accessories, pet supplies, obviously pets in general are going to be huge. Electronics, babies and kids, also family, right? Kitchen. And then you could also just pick by theme if you want to match your brand, like futuristic if you're doing something like an electro threads, EDM style brand. So you have all these different templates that are out there, design sets as well, in terms of actually giving your store and your brand a unified look, right? You could pay thousands of dollars to a designer to create what they'd call a brand standard document for you, right? They basically go and give you tons of different looks. Like, here's how your banners would look. Here's how your products would look. Here's how your ads would look. Here's how your catalog would look. Here's how your call outs would look. Here's how your homepage banner is going to look. All of these different looks. But you see, this is what they call a design set. It's just a full set of branding here. It's one style with multiple repurposed images under that same style. So giving you a complete top to bottom branding from your site. So you could do everything from product image, you could do logo, you could build your entire branding through the Glorify app. Right? You're going to always have compelling ad images and product images that are going to be captivating. And more importantly, they're going to increase conversion. Right? With Glorify, you're going to make more money. That's why I use it. You're going to make more sales. No learning curve, right? This isn't Photoshop. Tons and tons of free creative assets in there. All those templates are in there. Once you join Glorify app, you have all of these templates. Perfect for Amazon, perfect for Shopify, ClickFunnels, Instagram. It doesn't matter. If you have a product you're going to want to use Glorify app for sure. Tons and tons of successful entrepreneurs using this. I use it myself. Really, like I said, top to bottom, it can give you some great branding. So take a look at the site again. The link is below this video. This can work with any niche, any type of product. I highly recommend you check out and sign up for Glorify app. Again, the link is below this video. If you have any questions at all about Glorify app, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to answer them as best as I can. And I really believe that you're going to make a lot of money with Glorify app. So check it out. Again, the link's below this video, and I hope this video and tool helps you make a lot of money.